versus Simplistic. This last match is very important for standings, but more important for Simplistic. MOPP4 cannot make our finals, unfortunately, but they can be the spoilers.
And yet they can definitely spoil this final, just ensuring Simplistic will not go to any tiebreakers, which will, unfortunately for them, end their season here. Very sad.
And hailing from Simp, especially some of the talented tankers there, I know that would probably speak a lot to Randall, because you know these guys.
Yeah.
You've practiced with these. You've platooned with these guys.
I've platooned with a number of Simplistic.
These guys.
Definitely Clan Wars, although I did try to avoid Clan Wars as much as possible. It's it can be crazy.
Well, you get a lot of cool stuff, though.
You can get some pretty cool stuff. I believe they're giving out an M60 as a reward for the latest campaign. If you did participate in enough battles, and your clan did rank high enough,
Are you gonna get one, Randall?
No, I did not participate. I was too busy here, and I did not participate in enough battles. The rest of Simp, I believe, a number of people might be getting their M60s. I know a few have been given out already. It's pretty much a patent, tier 10 patent, and it is a fantastic little tank. Definitely
something worth grinding towards, and as well as a lot of the other garage segments we were pushing out too. Definitely keep trying to grind them out. I think Clutch was working on the AMX 5100, a great tank to work
Something to remind you, and probably everyone watching, the M60 is a gift tank, and it's not a premium, but it's a gift tank. People get it for free. You can't grind to it. It is only for those who win in Clan Wars, getting that specific really cool prize.
It's for the special people.
It's super special.
It's super special. Well, two people who are also extremely special are the captains of MOPP4 and Simplistic. We probably have Conflict and A Large joining us, but we'll see who is going to be joining us. It's always a mystery and surprise on Skype.
Yeah.
Who will it be for our final face-off for the regular season? It is MOPP4, Conflict, and A Large 2. Conflict, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Doing good, doing good. So I do want to ask you guys about how you guys are approaching this match, how you guys kind of doing, feeling overall, and kind of even looking back over the season. What can you guys fix for the next coming Season 2 in WGL?
We have a lot of new people. Like, basically, our team coming through the qualifier that got us to that third seed is pretty much just like 3 guys left of that team. So it's essentially a new team. I mean, just think of MOPP4 as another name, and that's what you have right now. So it's entirely new compositions. So we're trying to get all that cohesion stuff. So if it sticks together, then next season you'll probably see us back in that second, third seed type of situation. Where we are now is kind of where we were 2 weeks to 3 weeks prior to that first qualifier getting invited. So it's a rebuilding process.
Do you feel like that team that you have now has the potential to be even stronger than the previous MOPP4? I know MOPP4 before now was a pretty potent team.
Definitely. The issue is just playing together and kind of getting to know each other. And now we had Bar doing a lot of the calling, and I've just slowly been starting to try and take that over. We had myself and Czech doing a lot of it, and now I'd usually just do steps, and now I'm starting to take over more and more. So we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. So over to A Large. Simplistic's also a team that's been a little bit rearranging their roster. Have you guys finally stabilized, and do you feel really comfortable heading into the end of the season?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, we've watched these guys, and we prepared some, and I've been on the road a lot, so I mean, we're just going to have to bring our A game and show them, that we can win. We're part of Simp.
All right, yeah, that's true. You guys are part of Simp, and 2 of the 3 have a very high chance of qualifying. 1 already did make it all the way to Vegas, so we're going to see you out here in Vegas. Is that what you're telling me?
I hope so. I mean, I'm sitting here with Mighty Pillow, so hopefully we can bring home a win.
All right, man. Looking forward to it, but you guys do got to get past a tough opponent in MOPP4 who's been looking like on the upswing of play recently in the past couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, good luck to both. Do you have a question before we
No, any words for their opponents? Anything special?
Sure. That's right.
MOPP4, can they shut down Simplistic? Simplistic, are you guys going to bring it home?
Go ahead, man.
I can't feel my face. I've been flying for 12 hours. I just got home.
Being a superhero ain't easy, Conflict. Just ask Clutch. He knows the most. Well, let's go ahead and get the coin flip ready and underway. This MOPP4 is the higher seed, so Conflict, what's it going to be?
Tails, please.
Tails. And it's failed twice today, but it won't fail here. So you have won the coin flip. Do you want map, or do you want to defer?
Defer.
All right, so A Large, what's it going to be?
We'll start it out on Himmelsdorf.
All right, so Himmelsdorf is going to be the map.
Give us south, please.
And south side to MOPP4. Popular choice recently. Good luck, gentlemen, in your match, especially to A Large, too, because you guys are on the verge of playoff contention. As those guys, I really, my heart goes out to both of them because, again, to have your roster completely gutted, essentially, and kind of rebuild from scratch, it's never fun to be part of rebuilding. Every franchise and every major sport knows rebuilding process is the hardest to go through. And it seems like Conflict's really trying to piece it together because I've been hearing from a lot of pros, no one's really shot calling a decisive way in MOPP4. It seems like things are very conflicted when it comes to MOPP4's direction.
Yeah, and they haven't had to do that just once. They've had to do it twice this season. Right after the qualifiers, they had Barum leave.
Right.
And I believe they may have had another member leave. I don't remember who that was.
Okay.
But that's huge.
So
Barum was making calls, and then after 2 weeks of play, they had to make another group of changes. So that is so huge. You've got so much getting mixed up.
Right.
It's Conflict really staying very strong through this and keeping just being a center of his team.
That's right.
Really great job.
Welcome to Himmelsdorf. In the bottom center of the map, we have the red team, MOPP4, with only 6 members, but they're only down to T1. They have two 5100s, an IS-3, and 2 T-69s. Meanwhile, from Simplistic, we're seeing something that we've been seeing here and there on Himmelsdorf, which is a KV-5 along with 2 5100s, the IS-3, and 69.
That is an interesting lineup, although I don't think we've seen all that much success from 5100s. It's 5100. Oh, sorry, KV5s. I'm getting tongue-tied here.
We see so much success from 5100.
Well, I guess if you count all the times they've lost, sure. But they've also won a lot. Clutch, why don't we talk a little bit about opening movement patterns here?
Sure, we're seeing the window placement right now for Simplistic, and for MOPP4, we're going to have some hillside. It's going to be a slow push for those heavier tanks as they try to get up there. But they're going to circle around the castle. They're going to see no opposition in that side. And that means, with lack of information, you have information of World of Tanks, they have to be to the western side of the map.
And that's going to come into play as the West seems to be the new flavor of the month, essentially. As many teams have been favoring big West side pushes. Maybe not necessarily Simplistic in this regard, but they are gathering intel slowly. No T1 on the hill, though. That's really interesting as well. Usually you have someone over in D0, a small little corner hugging the red line.
Ooh, it does look like their push is going to come out from Simplistic. KV5 leading the way with Mighty Pillow pushing him. You can push tanks in World of Tanks, make them go faster. Share, always help out those big slow tanks like KV5s and help them go really fast. This is not a speed you can expect KV5 to get rolling up to anytime.
Oh, certainly not, and Mighty Pillow being a mighty pusher in this regard. Speed and Weaponry also going to join the fray, why not? Schooly and Admiral Drake and Alar's too closely behind. Actually, they're keeping one heavy far back, just in case.
It's Primus. And the 5100, he is going to be prepared to defend. And they missed the rolling shot. Come on, Art of War.
They missed that, and that's pretty annoying. See, at least Pope Shizzle going to try to get some revenge shots back on, but they don't want to necessarily have to expend one of their shots.
Speed Weaponry in the T-69 does expend a shot.
I thought it was Mighty Pillow.
No, Mighty Pillow missed. He hit.
So 2 misses.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Although Art of War is just going to keep trucking along in his KV5 and book it as quickly as he can to cap. But looks like MOPP4 is beginning the return.
Now, Simplistic has tried this before against Simp in this almost same exact format. Oh man, Art of War takes an early shot in his KV5, and they try to use the KV5 to screen the T1s using its large profile to prevent any tanks from being able to get into a good spot. Now the cap has begun. MOPP4 is going to try to wrap around from the 4 line and get into different angles so that way they can close in. But we do have Mighty Pillow and Schooly trying to provide support, while the 5100 played by Primus is finally starting to come down the 3 line.
I don't know if Primus is going to be able to. I don't know how he's going to affect this match. He may get a fantastic flank, but at the same time.
5 seconds on the clock. He still, I mean, he might not have to. Bacher trying to swing around, see if he can do anything, but Mighty Pillow and Art of War are a nice organization to try to protect the T1s. It doesn't matter if they take the hits as long as they can keep the time racking on those T1 Cunninghams. Bachrocker does drop to a shot from Speed Weaponry. Very nice job there. But the the IS-3 Mighty Pillow has finally dropped. 3 seconds left on the clock. Simplistic trying to squeeze it out. A first win really quickly, and they will. Red base is captured. Simplistic will take game number 1 on Himmelsdorf in a very exciting fashion. Well done by them. right, so airfield. Ooh, we have a nice selection of tank variety. We have a T-32, two T-69s, and AMX 1390 for Simplistic, the blue team over in the west side. And over on the east side, we have a Pershing, a 50, and 3 T-69s. We're still missing a T-1, so it looks like MOPP4 is playing a man down throughout the rest of the night. Maybe it was a guy unready the first time.
It is a man down. I was looking at that.
Down.
They're just missing one of their guys, but they can still play, and they can still win if they can bring it together.
We've seen crazier disadvantages from before. We've also seen crazy strategies in the past. MOPP4 going for a beach push, 6 men in the water.
That's interesting, and I'm going to go to try and find which T1. Bob Doberman will catch this spot and spot it. Maybe A-Large will. There it is, conflict in the Pershing, then Stagnate getting spotted. Shots going out towards the T1s as they are spotted. A-Large, though, is still hidden.
We haven't seen a strategy like this since Bear Huggers versus Fulcrum, where they went all across the beach and just tried to outpush their opponents. I think MOPP4 wants vengeance for a cap fast on Himmelsdorf and trying to see if they can strike fast. A-Large 2 trying to get out of the situation. Stagnate caught in the back. He was tracked, and he might drop extremely early, trying to see if he can blind fire back. But Prime Moose will get the shot across, and Simplistic will have a very easy 9-tier point advantage to start this game.
The T1s will need to destroy the cap here. There is a chance to cap fast if they can use the buildings correctly, but it looks like the rest of Simplistic will be able to return in time. And actually the 5100 from MOPP4, that is Blue Stealth. He is one of the new members of the team, is still stuck in the open. Mighty Pillow is covering him. He will not be able to escape without taking some damage.
Well, we'll see how things pan out as the cap has begun for MOPP4. 2 members on it, putting 40 seconds on the clock. That's more than enough time as Simplistic has been retreating and RTBing this entire time. Airfield does have a lot of buildings to kind of shield for some initial shots. But if there's 5-6 people from Simplistic firing, the buildings won't hold for very long.
And it's going to begin here in a second. Primus.
Oh, Nemesis going to get jumped on immediately by Art of War and Speed Revenue. He's going to drop down in a second. And that just leaves 3 more tier 8s rather, as Bogwalker and Conflict are going to be cornered immediately. And MOPP4, their strategy was completely thwarted by that T1. It's a great MVP scout from A-Large 2.
Fantastic job. But Speed Weapon looks like he's going to go down here. Conflict in the Pershing will have a shot up in about 2 seconds. 1. There it is.
Ooh, he does manage to take out somebody from Simplistic, so at least he went down fighting. But with the only member of relevance and damage is Blue Stealth, and that's because he's been in the middle of a firefight with Mighty Pillow. As the final seconds from this battle, MOPP4, battle number 2, will go to Simplistic. And in the end, you kind of have to wonder if MOPP4 is just trying to go for a Hail Mary strategy because they feel like they can't win. But
I think it's a new team.
It's a new team. They're trying new things. Why not experiment in this kind of competition?
They have every opportunity, and it will only make them stronger.
Simplistic does take the second battle. Take a commercial break, and we come back. The third battle between Simplistic and MOPP4. Can Simplistic sweep and get close to the playoffs? Welcome to Runeberg. In the top blue side of the map, we have Simplistic with 2 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a 1390. And the red team, MOPP4, well, they have 2 AMX 5100s, two IS-3, or 1 IS-3, a T-69, and 1390.
Yes.
I was getting tripped up there.
It's all right. It's all right. It looks it's an interesting lineup. I feel like I thought we predicted a cap fast, but I'm not sure they'll be able to do that because Simplistic here is going into the west, preparing for that kind of engagement on them. So they will shut down any kind of cap fast movement. Mighty Pillow looking down south towards any approach for MOPP4. MOPP4 also in the south. We could see nice city fight. I haven't seen a good, solid city fight around F2 in a long time. Be refreshing to see that again.
Yeah, you know, just having those corner games being played over by the church for spots on Prime Moose. Nice shot from MOPP4, showing lots of life early on and punishing Prime Moose for being a little bit overextended.
Yeah, and he has been severely punished. His radio is damaged and his gunner is dead. That is going to be huge for Prime Moose because look at how slow that turret turns. Also, his reticle is massive right now. You guys can't see it, but it is huge Oh,
he's gonna
repair.
heal him. He's gonna heal him.
That is
You
his
can't-
kid, though.
You don't repair the gunner. You heal
Well,
him.
he could have. You're right. Give him a med kit.
Malfunction. If he keeps crying that out, then that's how you repair.
Program malfunction. Well, MOPP4 is also scouting the East Delta village, but he obviously sees nobody, and that should be good enough information to kind of give MOPP4 an idea of what to do from this point on. And they will have to slow play it from this point on, so we get a nice shot of the IS-3 over there for Nemesis.
And it looks like Simplistic's going to be very content to play it slow. They're using Primus to scout out a little bit, but he has gotten punished, so that will slow down most of Simplistic's ability to do any kind of scouting. He's a little bit weak now, and he does have a damaged radio, so if Primus gets going onto the other side of the map, his team may lose vision of him.
It may be. Interestingly enough, we also have one of the light tanks disappear. Oh, never mind, he didn't disappear. He's in B0. I think he just disappeared off the map. Is the radio not strong enough? But
Well, actually, from there, he shouldn't have radio range on the rest of his team, and they may not have vision of him, so it will be all verbal communication at this point. Oh wait, that's not a T1, that's a 1390. He does have radio range, so no problems here, guys. Conflict having no problems communicating with the rest of his team.
cool. Well, that's going to be very helpful if they want to go for it. But meanwhile, Conflict still trying to see if he can get any scouts. The first thing he does have to be careful of is the one in A6/7. There's always usually a T1 parked in that area.
You called it.
Until then,
He's
I mean,
gonna-
MOPP4 can't really push in. They don't want to take any free damage.
I don't think Conflict was ever spotted, so he never had Sixth Sense go off. He's just sitting here waiting. He's trying to think, do I want to go in? Is it smart? Probably talking with the rest of the guys. We know where they are. They're in the northwest quadrant, because Conflict's verified that entirely. There's nothing he can see in the entire TIE Fighter area. He doesn't know there's a T1, and the T1 does not know he is there. But if Conflict goes much further forward, they will find each other. Probably Conflict getting spotted first.
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
we'll see how that pans out. Clutch, over there, what do you think about this kind of Western City stalemate? We haven't seen this one in a while, huh?
No, it's just a standoff right now, and it's going to be that until the 5-minute mark at least before one of the players is going to make a move. I actually can foresee a little bit here some of these heavier tanks moving towards the east side against some of that open warfare, because because sometimes both teams are like, hey guys, if they're both in the west, let's both go east, or at least let's go east, and they both think that way. But we'll have to see. I think the 5-minute mark is going to have that pressure for both the teams here. More on Simplistic to close it out rather than MOPP4, I feel. But we'll just watch the timer tick by.
Uncannily prescient, Clutch, as we have MOPP4 moving over to the east side, just as you said that. As if MOPP4 could hear us. Of course they can't. The stream is on 10-minute delay. Meanwhile, hey, Randall, before we ever kind of clarify, is that a sleeping bag on the back of an IS-3? I've never ever...
That's a tarp.
Okay.
It's a tarp.
AKA a sleeping bag.
AKA possibly a sleeping bag. I mean,
Because you don't want the rain on your IS-3. Right?
yep.
Makes sense. I've always wondered that, because I said, is that a... it's like a journeyman's backpack or something.
And those are gas tanks right there. Gas
Yes.
tanks.
Cool.
On the side, the fantastic spaced armor. This first layer is actually pretty thin. I believe, Clutch, didn't you make a cool segment with the Chieftain about the IS-3?
Yep. If you can see these panels I'm showing right now on my camera, you can actually open those up. And inside, there's a huge degreed angle for the top armor. So this flap right here is very thin, but the armor inside is incredibly thick. So it's spaced
That's
armor.
spaced armor, and that's what honestly has given some T-69s hell in some of these firefights, as they can't necessarily get the penetrations they want, as the IS-3 side armor profile is pretty resilient, especially with some of the reverse angling spots that you can get on city maps. We'll see all that come into play in the upcoming moments, as MOPP4 is still pushing over to the East Delta Village. Thank you very much for that, that tip, gentlemen.
Always got to drop those knowledge bombs, right, Clutch?
Boom.
Drop those knowledge heat shells.
Well, knowledge heat shell is not going to penetrate the side armor of that IS-3 being so awesome and spaced. Heat shells are rather weak against spaced armor. Fun fact.
Drop those knowledge APCR.
There, yes, that's much better.
Well, we're going to continue to see MOPP4 push, while Simplistic, they still don't know that MOPP4 is there. And you know, MOPP4 can use that knowledge of, well, people think we camp. And the reality is they're playing more aggressive. I kind of have to tip my hat. MOPP4 taking a much more aggressive approach. And Conflict has been feeling out the range of his opponent, seeing, well, there's
a
no
spot.
one there.
As Bachrucker is spotted, Moving down the 0 line, also
Nemesis.
IS-3 is spotted. This is interesting, and that will spoil the surprise for MOPP4.
Well, that's gonna, I guess nothing's gonna be terribly in the dark for Simplistic. We'll get a nice fair fight. Conflict, the element of surprise has been eliminated. Nemesis is going to shoot the consistent fire. That way, Conflict doesn't have to waste a shell.
Conflict spotting out that T1, and then Nemesis. Fantastic job, fantastic shot. Although, cool thing about this map is you can attack the north cap from the east and the west. It's not only the west that you have to cap fast from, it's simply because most teams in the north go east, so you cap fast from the west. But in this case, Conflict has done a fantastic job of finding out where Simplistic is, and they may try and approach and hide a tank on their enemy's cap. I'll try and get a shot just to show you where I expect any T1s to go. Nemesis going around the corner, actually gonna get punished for that.
Ooh, Nemesis getting a couple shots, and his track is damaged. It's not out. If it would be, it'd be red.
Yep.
Nemesis also trying to see if there's any enemies inside that abandoned building, but
Yep.
there are none. Don't worry, Nemesis, they can't fit in there.
Real quick, if you want to take a look at this, Dan, on my screen, this building that I'm looking at dead center, this is where you'll try and hide a T1 or snake a 1390 in there. Once in cover, it'll be very difficult for Simplistic to get the shots they need. And as right now, they are putting out shots, and that is Bachrocker going down to 11:45.
That is right, so a 355 shot, a little bit lower than average for an IS-3. Conflict gonna start initiating the cap while kind of pushing forward.
And he's going to hide just behind that building we talked about a moment ago, as Bachrocker is going to go way out into the open. Schooling missing a crucial shot there. It goes into dirt. Second shot will connect.
But it might not matter. Bachrocker can go down without really firing too many shots, and he does. 2 members left for MOPP4 on the cap. But with that kind of disadvantage, Simplistic is just going to press forward. Conflict trying to poke around, getting a shot on Schoolie, trying to bait out ammo. That way he can use it unnecessarily, but he does get shot, and that's going to reset his timer. Conflict was trying to get into a good position, but it won't matter as he goes down as well. Simplistic, within a minute of being able to secure a playoff tiebreaker destiny for tomorrow. Let's see what happens as Mighty Pillow is going to be able to try to screen a little bit for Art of War. Doesn't want him to go down.
Fantastic job using his backside as a hull down for Art of War. And he will take shots and catch fire for a moment, but he has an auto fire extinguisher. He's going to catch fire again.
No! Tank is on fire.
This tank is on fire.
But he will stop, but it won't even really matter as Simplistic will drop one of their valued members. MOPP4 has still been able to scrap together a lot, but the big thing is that their T1 is still capping out MOPP4's base. A-Large is still putting on pressure, and the only person to stop it is Pope Shizzle.
And where is Pope Shizzle?
Pope Shizzle is over in K6 and K7, but I mean, that's also only one thing.
He's waiting patiently for the last possible second as red base will tick down. Oh, wait, it has been delayed, hasn't it?
It has been delayed a little bit, but it won't really matter too much because MOPP4 has lost everything up into the north, and even if Pope Shizzle took out A-Large, what can he realistically do against 3 tier 8s unless Blue Stealth comes in through the big clutch and somehow turns this game around? 1 second left, and the clock is gone, which means Simplistic will take the series 3-0. And earn themselves a tiebreaker opportunity for playoffs in Las Vegas. And MOPP4 will end out their entire season 1-6. Simplistic moves up to 3-4.
Yeah. Well, it's just unfortunate for them. Just so many team switch-ups, trying to get a new groove, a new personality as a team. Unfortunately, they weren't able to bring Simplistic. Maybe good luck next season. Yeah.
Well, Simplistic is now 3-4, which means they're tied with Ermengarde Kerner-Verne for 5th. And tied for 3rd in that division is also Recapic and Cunningham's.
Ooh.
After those 2 teams play it out, they'll have 4th and 5th decided, and those teams will play the 4th and 5th place of Alpha Division for a chance in the Las Vegas Finals.
Any predictions right now?
I don't know. I really feel like Wreak Havoc will come back and destroy the Cunninghams.
You think tonight might have been
just
a
because I
wake-up
feel
call?
it's a big wake-up call. They can't really take it easy because Wreak Havoc did look really good, but at the same time they showed some signs of weakness.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we will see them in Vegas, and after tomorrow's matches. Yeah, pretty good matches tonight, I'd say.
I would agree so. Lots of cool matches, but we can talk about that in a little bit before we wrap up the day. So let's take a quick commercial break. But just like we've been saying all night long, this is all for the purpose of our Las Vegas Finals, 17th and 18th. Come on out. Admission is free. And here's a quick promo video to get you guys excited about it.
Are you ready? Welcome to the Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks. Oh my God! It is time for North America to answer the call of esports. This could be it. 5 seconds left to go. I think they got it at the last second. An amazing play.
This is just a taste of what's to come.
He's trying to turn it around. Big shots going down all over the place.
my
Gets the shot.
Welcome back, everybody, to WGL for the closing thoughts of tonight, the last day of regular season play. Let's go ahead and talk about everybody that won tonight and break down the match list. Randall, why don't we walk through what happened?
Yeah, so the first match was Simp versus Ermagerd Kernavern. Simp going 3-1 to take the win there. They keep their perfect score. Second match of the night was Scurry Hard versus Simple Tankers, and they took it 3-1. Scurry Hard ending with, that's going to make them 6-1, securing their place in Vegas. Bear Huggers went 3-2 to Refuse to Die. Cunningham's 3-1 to wreak havoc. A huge upset right there, I'd say. And Simplistic 3-0 to MOPP4.
For sure. That was definitely two series that were really fun to watch, lots of upsets. But that does mean we have a lot of rearrangement of the standings. We have two teams tied for third place in Division Bravo. That's Wreak Havoc and Cunningham's. We have two teams tied for fifth place, which is Simplistic and I'm blanking.
Check your notes. You got
Checking
this.
notes, Simplistic, and
so much to keep
EC. Ermagerd Kernavern and Randall, you were not there to catch him as I fell.
I'm sorry, dude. There's just too much going on. I've been saying this all night. There's too many matches.
Third place in Division Alpha is River of Blood and Simple Tankers. After all of that is settled, then we play fourth and fifth place matches to decide who's going to be the fourth team from each division to make it into Las Vegas. But before we do that, we also want to toss it over to Joshua Clutch. Great, Josh, thank you so much for illustrating, and I want to ask you, who is your favorite series of the day, as well as closing thoughts?
I'm going to say my favorite series of the day was Bear Huggers versus Refuse to Die. Bear Huggers,
yeah, buddy.
You made me a believer after that series. That was great. Refuse to Die, you are still a great team, and I look forward to seeing more of your play style in Season 2. It was a great night tonight, gentlemen. Tomorrow is going to be one heck of a day.
Thank you very much. Follow Clutch on Twitter at Clutch08. And as well as at Ruka, R-U-U-K-I-L. I'm at Frodan. You can follow me if you really want to. We also have betting going on throughout the chat at night. And let's go ahead and bring up the leaderboard. We had some upsets as well. Let's go ahead and look at... Okay, I guess we're going to start number 5, Adroxus.
He'll defer.
We'll go up with Hilfer, X-Def, Zakume, and number 1 has to be Fosk.
And he's going to tease us?
It's Fosk Kid.
He made money.
He didn't even bet today, didn't he?
Wait, no, he's a 1700.
Oh,
Was he 1600?
so he must have made 3 right bets and maybe lost on 2. So Fosk Kid, overall, well done.
Look at that
he
lead.
is on the leaderboard. And I believe at the very end of it all, people who are in chat, who are betting, will win prizes for having good tally. So congratulations. And we'll see a lot of those names in Vegas. And we also kind of had it previewed on screen, but we also we're giving some gold away via Twitter. And we're going to give it away today to Nathan M4A1. We're saying, hashtag refuse to die, let hashtag bear huggers love them. That was a massive upset for refuse to die. And I agree, although I don't know if the grammar... maybe I don't agree.
This is the internet, sir.
Absolutely. I'll let the grammar bot. There's actually a Twitter account that's like a grammar bot that fixes your mistakes.
Really?
It's called your_grammar.
Your?
_grammar. Yeah, you
How
should
does it
follow
spell
it. It's
your?
really funny. If it knows any kind of wrong grammar being tweeted by like a public personality, it corrects it on purpose.
That is awesome.
So definitely keep your eye on that. Of course, stay connected throughout the broadcast, especially tomorrow. We're giving away more gold. Congratulations, Nathan. Facebook.com/WGLNA. Twitter.com/WGLNA. Speaking of tomorrow, we have more matches coming for you. We have the match list, I think. No, we don't have the match list.
No.
But we will get those for you tomorrow night, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, same time as always, which is pretty much everything else. And that's all for our finals spot, which we played right before the break. So definitely come out to Vegas, 17th and 18th in Treasure Island. Admission is free, and you can say hi to us. And maybe you can be the one who unbuttons yet another one for Randall, because he's working on his 3rd button. Oh, no, you buttoned back up. Well, that's no fun. And of course, we want to thank the people who make us have all this fun, which is our sponsors. Thank you to Logitech, Kingston, Alienware, and Azo Monitors, which is now available on Amazon.com. Randall, any last words before we...
Thank you guys for tuning in. It was fun this evening, Dan. It will be fun tomorrow. And it was fun having Clutch on to tell us straight.
I had lots of fun. Thank you very much, Clutch. Thank you very much, Randall. Thank you very much, Greetorp. So with Frodan, Greetorp, Rootkill, and Clutch, as well as the production crew here at North American, at the Hero Level Productions for WGL, this has been the last day of the regular season. We'll see you tomorrow for the Tiebreakers at 5 p.m. Pacific. Have a good night.